Here comes I-16, finally. Finally. Wow. That took so long to do that I've actually got my next load after this one. And we got a weigh station coming up. First thing. Okay, never mind. I guess I was going slow enough that they were actually able to get my weight, an accurate weight on the weigh-in motion, so that's cool. But we made it back over here. That took a long time, but we did it. Now there's a Love's up here in a couple miles. I'm gonna stop there and try to get me something to eat, but I don't think I'm gonna stay there. I might, because it's already 4:30, but I'm still like 60 miles away from the delivery. I gotta see how far away my pickup is so I can kind of gauge and see if I'm gonna be able to spare that extra hour that it would take for me to get to this place tomorrow. But at this point, I really don't see myself having a parking spot. I mean, hell, I might not have a parking spot at this Love's. Only other thing I can think of is maybe I should stop here, get some food, skip out on the shower, which sucks, but I might not have a choice if I don't have a parking spot. Or maybe if I can get a parking spot, maybe I'll take a shower, get something to eat, and then head up 95 to the Welcome Center in South Carolina and stay there. That'll get me at least another 20 miles closer. Maybe more than that. Okay, that Love's, it's actually on the other side of that weigh station. Yeah, so I'm headed in the wrong direction to get to that Love's. I got it mixed up. But there's a QT here, so I'm gonna do like I said, at least get me something to eat. I mean, if there is parking here, I can at least, you know, try to find out how much their showers are. I don't even know if Quick Trip truck stops have showers. It's probably like $17 freaking. Here's the bad thing about this kind of crap, okay? Yeah, you buy fuel at these truck stops and you get free showers. But those showers are hard as hell to get because it's hard as hell to get a parking spot when you come to these places. Now, this place might be okay, but no, there ain't nowhere to freaking park here, man. I'm not staying here. I'm just gonna go get me something to eat real quick. Okay, well, I left that disappointing QT truck stop behind. Place was nice, brand new. Had some really good stuff in there as far as food. But you guys saw how small that parking lot was, right? I mean, maybe 10 to 12 trucks. I don't understand why they do that. If you're gonna open up a freaking truck stop and make it that nice and everything else, why don't you put more parking in? Because we really need more parking in this area. Like, seriously, we do. All the truck stops in this area are pretty small. I think they do that on purpose. This is the only thing that makes sense to me, is that they have to do that crap on purpose to try to control the volume of trucks in the area. That's the only thing I can think of, because and it sucks. Just ain't even right. Savannah is a very heavily truck-oriented place because of the port. So they need to have an abundance of truck stops around here. And they do, but they're all small. And there are a few Love's truck stops around here, but none of them are directly off of the interstate. And because of that, I don't even feel like messing with those. Because the traffic on the surface streets around here is so backed up right now. It's not worth it. Look at this way station over here on the other side of the interstate. I thought there was another one over here, but I guess there's not. It's actually further south. It's like on the other side of the I-16 interchange. That's a nice welcome center. That's new too. I haven't stopped by there yet. I want to check it out. But the South Carolina Welcome Center should be coming up in a few miles. I'm gonna stop at it, see what the parking's looking like. Then I'm gonna check. I really need one of those truck stop guys. You guys seen those pocket truck stop guide books that you can buy from the truck stops? They show you all the exits that truck stops are on. I need one of those right now, because I'm 33 miles away from the exit where I have to deliver, and if I could stop somewhere between here and there, that would be great. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be able to take a shower at this point. And the nearest Love's is in the same city where I have to deliver, but it's not a big Love's, so I'm not counting on it having parking. Okay, so this place is like a mile up ahead on the right. Even if I have to stop here, it's still going to be a better situation than having to stop back there where I just came from. I'm thinking. So, I mean, if anything, I'll be using like 30 minutes of driving time tomorrow from the look of it, which isn't that bad. But I'm gonna see where my pickup is after I deliver here and see how far away it is from where I have to deliver. I mean, I think I'm gonna have plenty of time either way, so I'm not that worried about it, but it just sucks. I mean, I'm gonna have to start getting fuel from somewhere besides Love's. I'm gonna have to start getting it from Pilot too, I guess. Make it a little bit easier to catch a shower. The good thing about it is It's not hot. It's not like I was sweating today or I got really dirty. I mean, if I tarp this freaking load, I'm gonna get dirty. But I'm really considering not tarping it. I'm gonna check the weather. I mean, as long as it doesn't rain, what's the worst that can happen? Park next to this other flatbed, I guess. You know what? I'll park down here on the end. Yeah, it's the crappy thing about this is that there's like one Love's between here and Yamasi. That's the name of the city that I'm delivering in. There's one Love's and it's got like 50 spaces. Okay guys, I said I was gonna do it. I'm a man of my word, I'm gonna do it. So, time to get busy. There you go. Man of my word. Yeah, I know I put the bungees on the outside of the rub rail. I don't normally do that, but I'm taking the thing 30 miles down the road, so I'm not going to go to all that trouble to tuck it in under the rub rail and all that stuff. It's not worth it. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. It doesn't have to be perfect. 30 miles first thing in the morning. Let's go. Positioning is crucial here. I gotta get right in the center so they got enough room on both sides. I'm gonna take the tarp off. Fold it up, do all that good stuff. should be good. And get busy this morning, get straight to work. Yeah, I'm glad I tarped this now. Okay, when I pull this off, I gotta make sure it doesn't get caught on that corner. It's gonna rip just like that one did. I mean, I didn't do that, it was already like that, but it'll do the same thing if it gets caught on that corner. So I'm gonna try to pull it away from the corner instead of toward it. Like this. Till I see that corner of the tarp, now I can pull on the front of it. Something like that. A lot of times you'll realize that you don't necessarily have enough room to spread the whole tarp out once you get it back on the ground. So when that happens, you just have to fold one side at a time. So what I do first thing is I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rings. That's the center of the tarp right there. I gotta remember to fold these flaps. This guy's coming in with an untarped load. Maybe I shouldn't have tarped mine after all. Guy behind me, he pulled in and I saw that he didn't have a tarp on his load. And they had to wait a little while. And there's another truck behind him that does have a tarp. He's taking it off now. Yeah, as soon as that guy pulled up, he had his straps off within like, I don't know, maybe a little more than 5 minutes. Some of these guys, man, they're like machines. Like, they're so quick at this. I'm not there yet, I'll be honest with you. I'm trying to get there. But yeah, he had to wait on me for probably 10 or 15 minutes for me to get my straps off so the guy could start unloading me. But here's one thing, if you're a flatbed driver and you watch this and you don't tarp your loads unless it rains or something like that, just remember that that's one step that you're eliminating for yourself that not every other driver is going to eliminate. Most drivers, well, I won't say most, but some drivers, if they're told to tarp the load, they're going to follow instructions. They're going to tarp it, even if it's not necessary. Like, I get it. It's a pain in the ass, especially when you do it for no reason. Now, if you do it and it starts raining, then you're like, yeah, I'm glad I did that. But if it doesn't rain and you tarped it for no freaking reason, then yeah, it's frustrating, but you're just following instructions, you know? That's what professionals do. I'm not trying to put you down for not tarping your load. That's not my point. Like, it really, you're the truck driver, you're the captain of your ship, as all the dorky corporate companies say. But really, it comes down to you. You're the one that does it. You know, they're not doing it. They're just telling you to do it, but it's up to you whether or not you're actually going to do it. It's your choice. And I respect that. Like, if you choose not to do it, that's your choice. I'm not putting you down for choosing not to do it. I'm just saying that remember that a lot of other drivers, they're going to do it. If they're told to do it, they're going to do it. And so you're eliminating a step out of the process, the most time consuming part of it. You're taking out, you're eliminating it from the whole process, right? Well, don't get upset when another driver is untarping and you have to wait on them to untarp when you never tarped. So you're just sitting there. I mean, that time that you're sitting there, you could be untarping, but you chose not to tarp, so you're just sitting there. But don't get upset with the guy in front of you because he did tarp and now he's having to take his tarp off. You see what I'm saying? Like, just remember that it takes time to tarp and untarp. It does. Again, some guys, they work like freaking machines. And they get it done, like, I think the quickest I've ever seen anybody tarp a load is like 30 minutes, which is pretty incredible. There's probably people that can do it even faster than that, though. But yeah, I mean, the guy behind me, he didn't make a big deal about having to wait. Like, I assume, you know, I'm hoping that he realizes why he had to wait on me for, you know, 10 to 15 minutes. To unstage the load. But he was cool about it, you know, he didn't say anything to me. I've actually had somebody else, you know, honk their horn at me, and that was, you know, just a few days ago, because they didn't like the fact that they were having to wait on me to secure my load, and they were getting pissed off because, you know, this particular trailer, I have to do a few extra steps to make sure that everything's secure and do it the right way, run everything under the rub rails, so it takes a little bit longer for me to secure with this trailer. And he didn't like that, so he started honking his horn at me. And I understand that it gets frustrating when you're running out of time and you're waiting on somebody else, but here's a little advice. If you really don't want to wait, as long as you know you're gonna have to wait because you're waiting on somebody in front of you and they don't have as much experience as you, they're not as fast as you, instead of sitting in your truck bickering and sulking about it and honking your horn like a 2-year-old, why don't you get out and help them? Give them some tips. Show them some ways to speed the process up. If they end up being a smartass about it and they don't want to take your advice, I mean, I'm not saying be friendly, okay? Be organic with them. Be kind, okay? Don't be a smart ass to them. Don't belittle them. You know, don't be condescending just because you're better at it than they are. Just be friendly, be kind, give them some tips. Now, if they react or they respond in a way where they're offended, then go back to your truck and honk your horn. But if they'll listen to you and they'll take your advice, I'm not saying to act like a know-it-all. I'm just saying, be friendly about it. Show them ways that will speed it up. And if they choose to listen to you, then awesome. They just learned something from an expert. You see what I'm saying? So you turn a negative situation into a positive situation by doing something like that. No, I've never, given anybody advice or tips on flatbedding except, what I've been like talking about with you guys that are watching my videos, explaining things to you, how I got to do things. But I've done similar things with parking. If there's a new truck driver, a rookie that's struggling with parking, and I see it and I'm not in a hurry, then I'll get out and try to help them, try to give them pointers and advice. A lot of the mistakes that new drivers make when they're parking are very common, and because you're familiar with them too. That's what I mean when I say they're very common. That means you struggled in the same ways when you started driving, and so you're familiar with those mistakes and you know how to correct them at this point. So just be friendly about it, and I've always been friendly when I'm trying to give somebody advice on backing up or something like that. Try to be patient with them. Don't go off the deep end when they make a mistake. Now it's a little bit different when you're spotting somebody and you tell them to stop and they don't listen to you. Yeah, that's when you start yelling at them. But I mean, you're really just helping them by doing that, because if you see somebody's about to hit something and you tell them to stop and they keep coming back, yeah, the only way to help them at that point is to start yelling at them, because they're not listening to you. But you see what I'm saying? Like, I had plenty of instances when I first became a truck driver where would be at a truck stop trying to park and I was struggling with it. I wasn't doing it right. And I would have an experienced driver come up and try to help me. And I was always humble about it, I always listened to what they said and tried to learn and understand exactly what they were telling me when they explained it. And it helped me. But then I've also had instances where I've had drivers, waiting on me when I was new, waiting on me to get into a space, and they're honking their horn at me. And then finally they just get pissed off because I wasn't doing it right. So they get out of their truck and they come over to my door and they start telling me, you're doing that wrong. You don't know what the hell you're doing. How are you a truck driver? That kind of stuff. And then my response to that was, okay, I believe you. I believe you when you tell me I'm not doing it right. I believe you when you tell me I'm doing it wrong. So can you please show me how to do it right? And then at that point, I actually had one guy say, I've been driving a truck for a long time. And that's all he said. And I was just thinking, well, dude, I just started, So no wonder you know how to do it. You've been doing it for a long time. I'm brand new. I need some help. I know I talk a lot, but it's that cocky, condescending attitude that really exposes the level of insecurity that the one that's reacting that way has. And it can be on either end. It could be on the giving end or the receiving end. Some rookies, you get out and you try to help them learn how to park, And all they do is talk shit to you the whole time and act like they know what they're doing when they really don't. And that's called ego. You know, that ego, it could be on either end. It could be the ego that the experienced driver has, trying to belittle an inexperienced driver, or it could be an inexperienced driver that doesn't want to admit that they're not doing something right, and they refuse to take advice from an experienced driver. So it works both ways. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten out and tried to help somebody back up, and they just end up trying to make me feel like I'm stupid and that they don't need my help. And some of those people, when they do that, they end up running into something. Those are the people that end up hitting crap because they won't listen. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, buddy. That's workout number 1 for this morning. Now, we set up for our pickup, which I'm gonna let you guys go before I get into that one. But I just wanted to mainly walk you through. I know I did a time lapse of me folding a tarp up, and I just wanted to film myself doing it, show you how I do it, how they taught me to do it. And yeah, the first one I screwed up because when I folded it that first time, I didn't have it complete. I hope you guys enjoyed my videos this week, and well, I'm gonna see you probably in a couple more weeks. I'll see you out here. Please continue to leave your comments. And thanks for watching it. Gracias. But guys, all I'm really saying is a little bit of humility goes a long way in this industry. It really does. That's all I'm saying. Food for thought. Until next time, thanks for watching T and me. Take care. Be safe out there. Later.